Episode 3.8 Themis, the Voice of Order and the Scales of the Divine. In the moment when chaos was slowly yielding to order, when the primordial winds swept through a shapeless cosmos, a voice arose, not the battle cry of a warrior, nor the whisper of a seducer. It was the voice of Themis, the Titaness who embodied eternal law, primal justice, and divine order. Born from order, not from violence. Themis was the eighth child of Gaia, Mother Earth, and Uranus, the sky. She was one of the few Titanesses who rarely took part in the wars for power, yet she held a role no one could replace, guardian of justice and balance in the universe. Her name, Themis, in Greek means divine law, ancestral custom, and natural order. She did not create laws. She was the living embodiment of law itself. Just as the sun must rise, the seasons must turn, and goodness must always have a place in the world.
2. She needed no throne, for she was the throne. Unlike titans such as Cronus, Oceanus, or Hyperion, who ruled or fought for power, Themis cared nothing for superficial authority. Yet even kings bowed before her, for Themis was the keeper of the world's order, and any who opposed it, God or mortal, would pay the price. When the Olympian gods seized power after the Titanomachy, Zeus, the supreme ruler, did not appoint Themis to reign, but he did choose her as his wife, not for love, but for politics, not for passion, but because the new cosmos needed a moral compass.
3. The relationship between Themis and Zeus. When order meets thunder.
Themis was Zeus's second wife, after Metis, the goddess of wisdom. Like Metis, she was not the kind of wife to be pampered, but a partner in intellect, a guide in vision, and the one who set boundaries for omnipotence. From the union of Zeus and Themis came children who wielded no swords, yet commanded the reverence of gods themselves. The Horae, goddesses of the seasons and social order, Eunomia, law, Dike, justice, Irene, peace, the Mori, the fates, Clotho, spinner of life's thread, Lachesis, measurer of length, Atropos, cutter of the thread. None carried weapons, but all living things, mortal or divine, were bound to their will. Commentary. Themis did not rule the world, yet her children governed life cycles, determined fates, and upheld law. Proof that true power lies not in muscle, but in the ability to make the world obey.
4. Her role in myth. Without Themis, Olympus would crumble. During Zeus's reign, Themis was the one he often summoned for counsel. When the Olympians quarreled, when mortal nations strayed, it was Themis's gentle voice that pulled the cosmos back into balance. When Zeus sought to punish humankind with a great flood, the myth of Deucalion, it was Themis who offered the solution to preserve humanity. She told Deucalion and Pura to throw the bones of their mother, stones of Mother Earth, Gaia, over their shoulders, giving birth to a renewed humanity. Reborn, yet still honoring the laws of nature. 5. From myth to modern symbol. The image of Themis has traveled far beyond Greek myth. Even today, the goddess of justice is often depicted in her likeness. Left hand holding scales, symbolizing objective balance. Right hand holding a sword, signifying the power to defend the law. Eyes blindfolded, showing that justice does not discriminate between rich and poor, god or mortal. Interestingly, the original Greek Themis was usually not blindfolded. For her, clear and all-seeing judgment was essential. Only later, when humans began interpreting justice in a more mechanical way, did they add the blindfold. To say justice must be blind to bias, but to Themis, justice must see clearly to judge rightly.
6. Quiet, yet never fading. Themis had no grand temples like Zeus, no epic poems of conquest like Athena or Apollo, yet she was the nucleus of every order. Whether you look at a city governed by laws, a family with rules, or a child who understands right from wrong, Themis is there. 7. Conclusion. In a world of myth where thunder roared, oceans raged, and the sun scorched the earth, Themis was the calm voice, the silent scales, the principle amid chaos. She was not the one who started wars, but the one who ensured they ended. She did not decide fates, but taught us to respect them. And in an age when the Titans receded into shadow to make way for a new generation, Themis stood as the bridge, the ancient wisdom that carried forward the eternal order of the cosmos.